Well, look what it is again. Whoops. I should probably turn on the volume on my headset. Well, welcome right to Let's Play Klonoa Empire of Dreams, the fourth installment in the Klonoa series. I'll explain why I skipped a second soon enough, but turns out that I thought this was a third game in the Klonoa series, but it isn't. Yeah. See, it turns out that this game was actually released like 2 months or something like that, really post Klonoa 2 for the PS2, which was the third installment in the Klonoa series. And as such, this game actually has Klonoa's Klonoa 2 design, as well as some gameplay elements and even voice clips taken shape from Klonoa 2. And yes, I've 100%ed this game already. There's not much 100% in this game, but story-wise, this makes more sense to play before Klonoa 2, anyways. So it's out of order, but yeah, makes more sense canonically just because of the contents of the story. Anyways, look to the cutscene words. This game actually has some pretty nice cutscenes, I think, despite being as simple as they are. This is a very simple game, Empire of Dreams. The format is very simple, the actual gameplay is very simple. The plot is incredibly simple. So, for some reason, Klonoa just kind of got abducted from a place that he has never really been before. And now he's here. He managed to piss off the king himself by being asleep, I guess. I say about as useful as play. Pretty close. Well, things are getting tense already. How interesting. Aside from the ending, this is as dramatic as things are ever going to get, actually, in the story. The meat of this game is the gameplay itself. And here we go. This is what sets up the actual gameplay. 4 monsters terrorizing the land. Kick the crap out of them. That's pretty much all there is to do. So, oh, and Hupo's here for some reason. I don't know where he came from, but Hupo's here. So, if you haven't noticed yet, I probably should point this out. This is a game for the Game Boy Advance. It is the second portable Klonoa game. The first one having been the second installment in the Klonoa series. That would be, oh, what's it called? Moonlight Museum. It was only ever released in Japan on the Bandai Wonder Swan. People didn't really like it because it was black and white, its gameplay was kind of annoying. Overall, it's not really worth me playing, and I don't have access to any English copy or translation of it. Anyways, anywhere on the internet I'll be able to find translation of anything in the game. Anyways. Looks like Klonoa has a little fang. Well, we're not in a crapsack of a place, at least. This game actually is quite impressive graphically, I think. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's pretty interesting. In every area that you enter, it does have a nice little introductory cutscene. Well, I managed to screw up there. I thought that I wasn't recording for some reason. Ugh. Crap. monster. Yes, like I was saying, the environments in this game, while they're nothing that special, are pretty nice looking. Why are we interested in being the champion anyways? I thought we just wanted to take out the monsters anyways. Well, whatever. So, thank you for interrupting me, game. So yes, the overall format of visions in this game are actually quite different. And it tells you how to access more tutorials too. So, this is, Klonoa, the Klonoa series is 2D platforming, and thus this translates very well to the GBA, and to anybody who's played a Klonoa game before, it's going to feel very natural. In fact, it's actually easier to control yourself in this game because... because it's actually easier to grab things with the wind bullet in this game because of how the detection is slightly different for grabbing things. And anything you can do in the first game, you can do in this game aside from throwing enemies in the foreground and background. Oh, by the way, speaking of background, look at that. That's fancy stuff. Don't they ever actually see anything this pretty on a Game Boy, on a GBA game, to be honest? But you can go forwards and backwards, even though there's absolutely no purpose for the sprite that has you look towards the screen. You'll also notice some enemies that you've seen before from the first Klonoa game. But now we have these things, as explained in that little tutorial screen earlier. We need to pick up all 3 of these stars in a level to actually finish the level. So, overall, the goal of any normal vision is to actually collect all of those. By the way, you might have noticed, you can actually pick up enemies out of the portals in this game, instead of having to wait for them to actually come out of the portal, which is very useful. Darn it! And yes, each of the standard levels, there are 3 kinds of levels in this game. I'll explain each one as you encounter it. The level I'm doing right now, the level that there's by far the most of, there are like 6 of these, I think, every world. Each one will have a total of 30 dream stones. Complete it, and ta-da! Unlock the next vision. Now we have these things. Now these aren't something we've actually seen before. These things are actually, these are called move blocks, I think. Boxes, they're just boxes. By the way, that little, like, Klonoa drawing on these signs always weirds me out because it looks like some kind of creepy shadow Klonoa. But, yes, these are only ever seen in the 2D Klonoa games. And, a big thing people don't like about... Oh yes, and you can move faster than the camera sometimes. It's kind of annoying, but it'll eventually catch up to you. The big thing that people didn't like about Midnight Museum, yes, they'll catch up to you, was that they kind of overused these boxes. I think it's pretty decent in how much they use or don't use the boxes in this game, at least. I don't know how it compares to Midnight Museum, though, having not played it. By the way, just out of curiosity, I can make the game look like this, which looks a lot more high-def and whatnot, but it's not the original, like, look of the game. In most games, on the GBA, or on this emulator, this filter doesn't look this amazing, but it actually looks really nice in this game. So if you guys would prefer that I actually play with this really smooth filter on, I can do that. But otherwise, I prefer to actually have all the original pixels visible, but it is your choice. Do leave a comment telling me what you would prefer me to do. By the way, actually picking up all of the Dreamstones in a vision is very seldom an actual challenge. You hardly ever have to put any actual effort into it. Almost every single time, just by like paying attention to how many dreamstones you have in the first place, so you'll easily pick up all 30 of them in a level. Now you'll notice something peculiar. After this level, you unlock... Never mind. Oh, look at that, there's something new in our little menu at the bottom. Two little icons, and sometimes there are three instead. These things. We have keys. Keys work a little bit differently in this game than they did in the original Klonoa. Keys aren't single use. There are multiple kinds of keys that you can get. There's circle, triangle, and I think I don't know if it's square. I think the other one's like octagon or something, like that, hexagon. But picking up a square, and by the way, those little tokens are 1-ups, as you probably remember from Klonoa 1, but the gold 1-ups only give you one, or the gold coins only give you one 1-up instead of 3, unfortunately. Anyways, once you pick up a key, you also go through all the doors with that particular key on it. They correspond to that key, instead of only being able to go through one door. So it's not Legend of Zelda like single-use keys like it was in the first game, which is nice. So this basically saves developers lots of space in how many rooms they actually use. Squishy, squishy. I like all the little details in this game. I think that visually this game's really nice, especially how you squish things. It's a really natural looking squish animation. But you know what I'm saying. I interrupted myself much too much, don't I? I'm not even paying attention while I'm doing the levels. The levels are really simple at this point in the game. I never realized that this place had 2 moons. Why does it have 2 moons? But anyways, I'm going to be getting all of the dreamstones in this game, by the way, because I unlock some at the end of the game for collecting all of them. Look, speaking of collecting all the dream crystals, I'm missing 2, along with a star. But yes, the developers did save on a lot of rooms in terms of numbers of rooms in this game by having you backtrack a lot through going through doors with keys on them, keys corresponding to them. Something really awkward is that those doors aren't actually intangible. You can stand on top of them. There we go! So you actually notice we unlock 2 levels. So what you can do is you can play this vision or this vision and it'll unlock the next vision. Kind of weird. So you don't actually have to play all the visions in this game. But anyways. So this is something that was actually introduced in Klonoa 2, so it's going to seem kind of out of nowhere in this game. I'll get a proper introduction in the next Klonoa game I play. But these always have 100. You might have noticed that this actually had a little yellow circle on it. On the vision select screen. And these always have 100 dreamstones instead. And talking while doing this doesn't sound like a very good idea, because you do have to restart an entire level if you miss a dreamstone. So these are actually like, crap, the difficult levels, quote unquote. I don't know if I should just go through the rest of this level and then show you... I don't know. So, there are those different signs that show you what to do, particularly when you need to use a double jump, or just jump, or whatever it may be. And then, ta-da! Quickly enough, that unlocks the next level. Actually, the 2 next levels. And there's another vision with a little yellow thing on it. We'll see what that is later. But there is one vision on which you write on a board per world. There's also one vision in which you do something else, the one that we just unlocked, per world as well, but we'll see what that is when the time comes, because you're actually going to be doing a puzzle vision first, because I'm going to be, as I said, collecting all the dreamstones in this game, which requires me to actually play all the levels of the game. You don't really have to worry about, crap. I really hate it when they try to make you, they force you to flutter certain times to pick up, stones in this. Anyways, don't worry about having to, have an enemy in your hands at all times in these, board levels, because the sign will tell you, in advance whenever you need to actually pick up an enemy before you encounter the enemy that you need to pick up. And there we go. God. Yeah, if you want to get all the Dreamstone, something's gonna actually be, especially the last, might have actually missed a Dreamstone there. Crap. Crap. Some of, the last board, level especially, is extremely frustrating if you want to get all the, Dreamstones. That's actually, in my experience, the hardest part of this game. And that's not saying much, it's more frustrating than actually difficult. So this isn't a hard game by pretty much any means. The Klonoa series as a whole isn't really reputable for being difficult, but there are usually difficult challenges for you to undertake should you want to do so. Like reversible challenges in Klonoa for the Wii, or the Loose Tower from Klonoa for the Wii, or some certain things from Klonoa 2. No, I didn't miss anything like that doubled up. Aha! There we go. By the way, I am pretty sure that you actually don't... Well, yeah, you don't lose a life when you retry a level. And you can kind of stack. And actually, when you retry... Well, depending on what level you're in, if you retry a level, you'll actually get all of your lives back, which I think is kind of cheap. You might have noticed I had like 87 lives on my main file earlier. Because you just don't lose lives in this game. In fact, if you get hurt, like right here, you can actually retry, but what that doesn't explain is... Those signs don't actually explain things very well. What that sign doesn't explain is that when you hit the retry button, you're not retrying the entire level, you are retrying the room. Crap. Swinging around to multiple boxes can be really annoying. And boxes can get stuck in compromising positions at times, which can necessitate you retrying a level. That's the main thing to worry about. And sometimes it just won't let you pick up a box too because there's something in the way. Like this thing up there was, that platform was preventing me. Oh, come on. Looks like I should be able to make that jump, I cannot. I don't remember what you do in this room, to be honest. By the way, there's a really satisfying whistle sound that plays. It's pretty quiet, but there's a very satisfying whistle sound that plays whenever you slide down all those poles. Or a pole or a rope, whatever it may be. Oh wait. I don't know why. Last time I went to this room, I forgot about that move as well. Whoa! That's a glitch I've never encountered. I've never actually managed to get a box to clip through something. Ah. Boom. There we go. Thank you. And now, because I want that thing, I probably should have gone that Dream Crystal first. Stone, Dreamstone, whatever. But yes, like I said, these puzzle levels are a good majority of the game. If you don't want, like, these puzzle levels that much, you can actually just not play them, because you can play those not puzzle levels, like the board levels, if you want to, and they'll let you progress through the game. But you don't have to play all the levels, but of course I'm going to do so. And yes, these things are Goomies. These are introduced in Klonoa 2, I believe. I don't know if they appeared in, Moonlight Museum or not. One second, there we go. There's a hair on my microphone, which annoys the hell out of me. But it's always my peripheral vision, so I can hardly actually grab it. takes a lot of concentration. But yes, these gummy things are just things you can grab. That's all the significance there is to them. Aha! This game doesn't give you much health. You're not gonna find many hearts throughout a level. But that's, well, really just because you're not gonna need it. And if you're... Unless you end up making yourself feeling bad by doing this, I don't like doing it myself. You can seriously just restart a room whenever you die. It's like save states almost. You might have noticed that in the board level that I was on earlier, while I hit retry, I actually retried the entire level. Those are the exception for the retry button. But in any other type of level, the retry button will only retry that specific room instead of actually retrying the entire... Where's this go? Instead of retrying the entire level. Oh. Can I grab that? Alright. You have a lot more vertical reach with your wind bolt than you would think. Like you saw there, you can actually catch something when your wind bullet is receding, like that. Which is a large part of why it's actually a lot easier to grab things and do platforming in this game than it was in Klonoa 1. Or in Klonoa 2, for that matter, actually. Nope, I'll require your assistance. Go away. Walk. Stand on top of the door, because reasons. Okay, and we're gonna end off the episode with this thing. So, every every world also has a scrolling vision. Where it will scroll either up and down or left and right. And you'll have complete control over the axis that the camera is not currently moving. So I can move as far up and down as I want right now. Well, as long as you don't fall off the bottom like that. By the way, something I really like about how this game takes away lives. How you just, how the entire screen just goes black, and then in the silence you just kind of hear your life counter tick down. But yes, you'll find all sorts of one-ups and whatnot scattered throughout these levels. So if you're able to not die, which isn't very hard, you'll get plenty of lives from it without much difficulty. It is a good idea to always carry enemies with you when you get the chance in these levels, because you never really do know whether or not it'll actually benefit you to be holding on to them, so better to be safe than sorry if you want to get all of the dream stones, which once again isn't very difficult. It requires effort to pick up all the dream stones, especially later on when you actually have to go pretty far out of your way and need to get through the level really quickly to pick up all the dream stones, but it's nothing of major concern. Also, you can pick up enemies, and the instant an enemy dies, its portal will appear, and then you can grab it straight out of the portal. So, this game's really easy on you in platforming in midair, or just retrieving enemies. So, it is really easy to always have an enemy in hand, should you just, to be cautionary, should you ever need one. By the way, you might have noticed, if you have a keen eye, that the scrolling levels and board levels are always divided into 3 rooms. Each room has roughly 33 dream stones in it. So you can only usually use that to figure out how on par you are for like all dream stones on a level. But sometimes there will be like 4 less dream stones in one particular room than usual. So do always go through an entire level before searching for dream stones that you might have missed, because you may not have in fact missed any. There are many cases like that, actually. And it's not like dream stones get hidden or anything in these levels. And then the strung levels always end with you going to a cannon getting shot off in a rather awkward sequence. Once again, those are from Klonoa 2, and make a lot more sense in that game. And ta-da! That's the big thing, the boss. We can actually just skip the next puzzle level and go to that, but we're gonna do the next puzzle level in the next episode. This is a short game. See you guys!